the Democrats with the high gas prices, they trying to bring the gas prices down because we can ready to go into the election. So he could get up there at the State of the Union and say, yes, gas was $4 and $5 a gallon. We brought it back down to $3. Yeah, but we was paying $192 for regular when Trump was in office. We was paying way cheaper prices when Trump was in office for food, for chicken, for everything. People talking about, oh no, Trump. Here go to these people. Oh no, Biden's cleaning up what Trump did. Man, if you don't get out of here, Biden opened the borders. Trump tried to put a wall, and y'all was mad at him. Now we got fentanyl coming in from the borders like fasted with the immigrants. God damn it! But that's yeah. Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe.
For the thousands of miles to get to the United States. Then we're going to legally cross the border. They're going to drop us in the desert, and we're faced where we don't speak the language. Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort to make things better in the countries from which they are leaving.
Have you ever heard of an
Have you ever heard of the president calling the vice president the president?
For the thousands of miles to get to the United States. Then we're going to legally cross the border. They're going to drop us in the desert, and we're faced where we don't speak the language. Won't that be fun? I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort to
President Harris? President Harris. And this is the guy y'all want running the country, right? He don't know who's who. This dude don't even know who's who. This man's supposed to be in the retirement home, man. Knitting up shirts, playing bingo. What is he doing running the world, yo? Miss Paris Love, what up? What is this man doing running the world, y'all? He don't even know who the president is. You the president, fool! President Harris. Dogs. And then, the Obama, the Democrats, they got to push the whole transgender, LGBTQ plus community to the point, man, that the parents are so upset out here. The parents are upset that y'all are sitting there letting transgenders teach their kids in school. Then y'all lying to the kids, telling them that this man is a woman. It's not fair, man. It's not fair that y'all doing the kids like this, man. They get the little boys get to play with the girls' sports. Cardi, you can't help them again, Cardi. Cardi, you cannot help them again, Cardi. The Democrats they doing too much evil out here, man. When you got mothers that go before the Senate and the city council and got to dress up like a damn cat to prove to people that she is not a cat, and this man is not a woman. Parents should not be fighting for their kids to come home and they telling them one thing and y'all teaching them there's more than two genders. Y'all making it hard for these parents to raise their kids. Y'all can't, y'all Democrats, y'all doing too much evil out here, man. Let me play this under fair use. Using the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. 1976 allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by the copyright statute that might be otherwise infringing nonprofit educational bounds in favor of fair use. Right? Put this up in the top corner here. Now, for one, whether you gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, the plus, the Q, anything else. This is not any phobia against y'all. Whatever you identify as. That is your business. If you are a woman that like women, that is fine. This ain't that. If you are a guy that like guys, I'm not saying anything against you. This ain't that. What I'm saying to you, if you are a trans person and that if you're a man that identifies as a woman or a woman that identifies as a man, I don't know if they identify as anything else. If you pansexual, this is not to offend you. This is just to prove fact. This is about fact and fiction, science, biology, and our children, our grandchildren that's growing up in this time, this generation, whatever they are, knowing biology and truth. Y'all can't make us look wrong as parents when a man is a man and we telling our kids that's a man, even though they are transgender and they identify as some. If our kids know that that's a man and y'all want them to use pronouns and all this other stuff, y'all are confusing our teaching in our upbringing. Because we know that you got to have certain organs and certain ovaries to be a woman. We know that men cannot produce children. And y'all are making it hard for people to raise their children. So this is not in any type of an attack. This is to show y'all that how y'all are affecting the mentality of the parents, because they're being affected because their children are coming home telling them things that's not true or biologically true, and they fighting with their kids. And that's all this is that I'm about to play. Just look at what a woman has to do to get a point across. All right.
Believe that the actions of a grown man playing dress up as a woman affects the students and staff positively or negatively. A public school is not the place for social experiments in altered realities or gender ideologies. It is not the place to celebrate a grown man with a mental illness, dressing as a woman and teaching kids lies. Children come to school to learn facts and truths about reality, including unchanging biological truths about science and nature, not to learn that they can change biological realities and become anything they want in the name of diversity. What you're actually doing is worse than just lying to our kids. You're forcing them to be participants in your lie, in your charade. You're forcing them to deny what they see with their eyes, and you're forcing them to speak lies. I ask you again, am I a cat? And if you say no, then the mindset must be aligned with your discernment across the board. By allowing a falsity to be displayed and paraded around the school, you teach children that truth is not existent, facts are not real, and biology is a lie. You fail at your job, your only job, by confusing children and teaching them untruths and to coddle a grown man playing dress up as a woman. If you were to address me as a cat right now, it's as ridiculous as when you say Miss Bixler and a grown man's voice comes thundering over the.
Thank you.
She said, if you identify with me as a cat, that would be as ridiculous as a grown man saying Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones, and a thundering man voice come out. Hello, killers. I'm Mrs. Jones. Pardon me. Good morning, class. I'm Mrs. Jones, your teacher for today. And the kids is all looking at each other like, Mrs. Jones? Now, good evening, class. Good morning, class. I'm Mrs. Oprah Winfrey. Now, do this lady have a point? Do y'all believe this lady have a point? I'm going to play it one more time.
Do you believe that the actions of a grown man playing dress up as a woman affects the students and staff positively or negatively? A public school is not the place for social experiments in altered realities or gender ideologies. It is not the place to celebrate a grown man with a mental illness, dressing as a woman, and teaching kids lies. Children come to school to learn facts and truths about reality, including unchanging biological truths about science and nature, not to learn that they can change biological realities and become anything they want in the name of diversity. What you're actually doing is worse than just lying to our kids. You're forcing them to be participants in your lie, in your charade. You're forcing them to deny what they see with their eyes, and you're forcing them to speak lies. I ask you again, am I a cat? And if you say no, then the mindset must be aligned with your discernment across the board. By allowing a falsity to be displayed and paraded around the school, you teach children that truth is not existent, facts are not real, and biology is a lie. You fail at your job, your only job, by confusing children and teaching them untruths and to coddle a grown man playing dress up as a woman. If you were to address me as a cat right now, it's as ridiculous as when you say Miss Bixler and a grown man's voice comes thundering over the.
Thank you.
Do you believe?
So, does that make her homophobic? Or is she just kicking reality? Like, how do you tell a kid that a man is a woman. And when a kid knows better, you know, I had a friend of mine recently joking around with a kid, telling them Santa Claus is real. And the kid, 9 years old, like, yo, Santa Claus ain't real. What are you talking about? Like, and he like, yeah, Santa Claus is real. They like, no, Santa Claus ain't real, man. Get out of here. Like, yo, you bugging. Like, so at 9 years old, they know Santa Claus ain't real. They know that a man ain't a woman and a woman ain't a man. And if, kids innocently thought they're going to speak their point and you're going to try to confuse them. So I think it's not homophobic of what the lady said. It's, for them to cut her off, I thought it was rude, but she had a valid point. If her kid is in that school and they coming home and stuff, and they're going to be confused if they have a father at home and then they got a man in school dressing up as a woman, talking to them saying that he's a woman, and they got a father at home and they like, Mom, like, how do you explain that to your kid and to make them not to keep them mentally stable and not thinking that they seeing an illusion or they bugging out? Some things they just got to keep out the school, man. Like that's adult stuff. That's not kid stuff, in my opinion. I'm not saying that for everybody. I'm just saying that in my opinion, children need to make those decisions when they get older, not when they young. I don't think you should be projecting that on them. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm gonna move forward. Shout out to everybody in the LGBTQ plus. Did I leave anything out? LGBTQ plus. It's something else they added to the whole rainbow community. All right, no offense to y'all. But let the kids be kids, okay? And don't tell them that there's more than one gender, and they could be anything they want. That's just so foul. Like a little boy, you telling him he could be a girl, and then he go home and tell his mother, I don't want to be a boy no more. I want to be a girl. My teacher said I could be a girl. Billy, you are a boy. You was born a boy. My teacher said I could be a girl. I want to be a girl, mommy. Like, that's a reality in somebody's house. They leave the school, go home, and the teacher told them that they could be like Medea. They need to keep that out to school, man. Grow up and even if you're a kid and you feel like that, whatever, but wait, make those decisions when you're grown. Please. No offense to nobody, but don't bring that to the schools, to the children. Come on, man. Not to the children. Like, yo, as soon as Biden got in, he put I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all already know. If y'all want to keep supporting the Democrats and have them just keep destroying our children and our communities, fine. Y'all go ahead. And this ain't about Trump either. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats, they giving out crack pipes, yo. They giving out crack pipes